Hey, welcome everybody, welcome to Morning Word. This is where we share a short 2-minute videos, really sharing from my own personal Bible study. And the reason behind it, the Bible has really inspired me to take my life from here to here. And I know, God has got so much more in store for me. And I really wanted to share that inspiration, that you will be inspired to get your own revelations and your own personal studies and get that wisdom from the Bible as well. So, just really get into this. We are reading from the book of Genesis, those who are following day by day. Okay, and we're reading from chapter 6, the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 5 to 6, and it reads this. The Lord saw how great man's wickedness on the earth had become, and that every inclination and the thoughts of his heart was only evil all the time. The Lord was grieved. Understand this. God gets grieved. God has emotions. That he had made the man on the earth and his heart was filled with pain. Imagine, like, I don't know what it's like, and hopefully your guys' hearts are still open to this. But if you hear the news, like, something that springs to mind, there was a guy who was a pedophile, and he had raped like how many people, like children from the age of 6 to 14. My heart was hurting for those people, seriously. And I had to get down and just really pray for those kids. Now, I didn't see all that, okay, but my heart was still moved by the wickedness of man, okay. Now imagine being God and seeing all of it, but not only seeing the actions, but seeing what was in our heads and in our hearts. So come on, let's be true. We know what goes on in our hearts, and we don't always speak out. You know what I mean? There's times when I want to murder somebody, okay, in my head. You know what I mean? But obviously I don't do it, okay? But the truth is, man, we all have stuff in there, okay? Now, the truth is, God was saying that it grieved him. And this is really the question that God was asking me, does sin cause you to grieve? Understanding that it hurts somebody, like, regardless what the sin is, regardless what it is. We now live in a situation now, in a generation where we glaze over sin, and like, sin doesn't hurt. Lusting destroys, because lusting brings about pornography, and pornography brings about some of the horrific things that we're seeing, where young girls are being sold. Sin of lust, but we glaze over it like it's all fun. Sin hurts, man. Sin hurts. It always hurts somebody. The thing is, the question that God really asked me is, are you bothered about your sin? Are you bothered? Or you're like, whatever, it don't hurt nobody. That's such a lie. Everything that we do has a reaction. Everything that we do affects somebody somehow. Even if it's just thoughts in our mind, because we dampen down our days, and our thoughts are evil. So we don't treat people in love when we're thinking like that. Sin has a reaction. So the question is, how are you treating your sin right now? Are you like going, this really grieves me, I don't want to be like this, I need to change? Or you been accepting of it now? Has your heart become hard to it now? I really hope, like, the lesson of the day is, please do not start to accept sin. Understand that it hurts somebody, and I pray that your heart is moved every time you see sin and every time you do sin. It's not to condemn you. Like, now, I mess up every day, believe me. It's not about condemning. This is just getting the heart of saying, I want to change, and I don't want to do that anymore. So it's probably a little bit of lower tone today, but sin, I really want to get this. Sin does destroy. So God bless you, and as I always say, we Gen Hope, God's gift to us is life. What we do with that life is our gift back to God. I hope that this really inspired you to make a difference in your life today. So join us for the next Morning Word. Once again, hit us up on social media, follow us and all that jive. Okay, but God bless you, and see you at the next Morning Word.